What up, fam? Peace. Hotep. The black man is God. All right, today I wanted to talk about transhumanism. All right, you might ask yourself, what is transhumanism? Right, you've heard that word trans before it, and then you got human after it. Now, when you usually hear the word trans, you think of transsexual. That's when a person changes what their sex they were born with to whatever they choose it to be, right? Now, I think that transhumanism is going to be the next step in what they are pushing in the media and on black people. All right. And you see, I have a picture of Cyborg here. I think he's kind of a cool character, but when you kind of think about it, his character being popularized is kind of a way of easing it in, try to make it look cool. All right. Why would I say this? Why would I just come out of nowhere and say transhumanism? We're going to be turning into machines. Well, if you really look at the way society is moving, we're moving towards machines taking over our lives. And these cell phones and tablets and things that we have, these computers that we carry with us all the time, they're becoming more and more like a part of you, like an organ almost. You can't lose that thing. I've seen when someone steals someone's phone, the reaction it's like you stole their hand. You can't. It's like stealing somebody's wallet. It's like it's something different now, and still that's still not quite becoming a piece of technology. But I'm getting there. All right, we need or we don't need, but I'll say that we've become handicapped by this technology. We don't need it. 10 years ago, before any of this was out, everybody lived fine without it. But it's so convenient and it's so handy and it's so nice that use it as a crutch. And it's like we almost don't know what we would do without it. We would be fine without it, but it's like we depend on it so much that it's becoming a problem. Like if you have a bad foot or you hurt your foot or you hurt your ankle, and if you walk bad, your foot will never really heal. You have to walk normal in order for your foot to get strong again. If you always use crutches, then you're never going to get strong enough to walk straight. You have to, at some point you have to put the crutch down and you have to try to walk straight, or you never heal. And that's like what I would say about this technology. You're never really going to grow if you keep using the technology as your crutch. You're never going to be strong. The technology is going to get strong. And what's happening is technology is getting stronger and stronger, and we're getting weaker and weaker. The way I can explain this is, all right, in 1996, I had a group of phone numbers in my head that I had to spit off at any time. But now I keep my all these phones and all these contacts in my phone, all these numbers in my phone, and I don't have them memorized. At first, when I started doing this, I thought, "Oh, this is great. I don't have to use this space in my brain for all these phone numbers." But now, when you actually need it, just write it down without if your phone dies or whatever, then you don't actually have that skill of just having these numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like your brain is being replaced by this phone, and you're becoming dependent on it. So, all right, and that's still not quite becoming technology. I'm getting there. All right, so we see that it's a progress. It's it's getting there. It's a transition. It don't happen overnight. We're not just gonna be one day we're humans and one day we're just machines. It's a slow progress. All right, all right. This is what's happening next. Now, autism. This is how it's going to happen because I've seen this with my own eyes. These children who cannot speak, they are putting wires in their head. I don't know what is going on, but I've seen this with my own eyes. There's wires coming out of these kids' head. That's technology implanted into their brain. Now, this is like the earliest stages of it. So they still have it so where it's just like I don't know what they're doing, but I know that they are saying that they can use. And who wouldn't want that, right? Think about it. Your kid has autism and he can't speak right. They come up with this new technology. They put it in your kid's brain, and now he can speak right. He's intelligent. Now he's like a super genius, right? He has all this storage, all these teraflops of, you know, of storage capacity in his brain now. And slowly it becomes first first it becomes just something for people who need it, like it's just like a medical thing for people who had problems, right? And then it becomes fashion because this kind of technology is going to be cool. Some people who don't have any medical disabilities might want to get an implant, and just so they can be approved. Like there was this guy who didn't have any legs. I know Cat Williams called him Tink Tink, and he ran in the race, but he won the race. And then they said, "All right, you're disqualified because you have an unfair advantage." Now that's what it's going. That's what I think it's going to be. At first, it's going to be like, "Oh, this is weird." That's why they're going to use black people as scapegoat. And then they're going to say, all right, now you have an unfair advantage. And that's when it's going to become popularized. And then that's when it's going to be, I mean, when black people start doing it, it's going to be something that's like taboo. It's like, oh, they're doing this because they're retarded. Or when autism people do it, it's going to be like they're doing this because they have this disability or whatever. But as time goes on, it's probably going to be 30, 40, 60 years down the line. All this stuff I'm talking, incrementally, it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen like overnight. It's just incrementally. 30, 60 years down the line, cyborg is going to be a reality. This this is going to be a reality. And the sad thing about it is they are going to have control over your mind, your body, and your soul. If you have a thought that they don't want you to have, they're going to be shut. They'll be able to shut you down. Shut you down. So it's going to be tempting because I see the way that I'm addicted to these cell phones. And as the technology progresses, 30 years ago, we didn't have cell phones. Cell phone was a big brick, and you can do it, basically a gigantic walkie-talkie. Now look what we have. 30 years from now, what is there going to be? 30 years from then, what is there going to be? And things have been going, and the way that things have been going is our brains are not getting smarter. We are getting stupider, so they're going to implant us with these devices to try to give us some artificial intelligence. I'm telling you, it's in the works, and the artificial intelligence is going to take over. And it's not really going to be taken over. It's going to be people running it, and they're going to be running us, and we're going to be their little bots. But I'm not taking this shit. I mean, it's probably not even going to be in my lifetime. I'll probably be old enough to see it, but too old to be it. You know? But that's just my thought on transhumanism. And that's all this transgender, that shit is just getting you ready. Like I said, incrementally. Getting you ready. I seen somebody saying that they had already doing transhumanism by wanting to be dogs and wanting to be snakes and wanting to be all this other stuff that's not human. And that whole thing is they're going to be able to classify you as not human. And once they say, all right, we have a patent for this person, you know what I'm saying? We have a patent for this human, then you have no soul. They have complete ownership of your body. Just like in RoboCop, they had complete ownership of his body. And that's how they are going to, that's what they want for us. And that's just my thoughts on transhumanism. You let me know what you think in the comments below. Peace. I'm out.